So welcome to Smart Trader Chat with Alexis. Please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from.
My name is Mark. I'm Mark Ryan, and I'm from Wilmington, North Carolina.
Awesome. And how long have you been trading? What initially brought you into this industry?
I've been trading for a little over 3 years now, and I was really just looking for something that I could be my own boss in, you
Mhm.
know, and just really be financially independent. I didn't go to college, so I didn't have a degree to get into maybe some higher paying jobs and stuff. So I was really just looking for an outlet where I could do my own thing.
Cool. So what initially sparked that? What was your first trade? Like, what was the beginning of your career like?
Um, not great. I I think I started off trading US 30, which is
Okay.
probably not ideal for a beginner. And I just remember things going really bad.
Hey, you got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah. I didn't do like a demo account. I just put $200 or $300 in a live account and jumped straight into it.
Hmm.
And that was my introduction to trading, pretty much.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
when did that shift happen for you when you were like, okay, I could actually start doing this? Like, I'm pretty good at this.
So about a year and a half ago,
Okay.
is when I got my first prop firm payout, and when it turned from kind of just a pipe dream into, okay, like I can make real money doing this, and I can make more than I'm making at my normal job doing this.
Nice. So what steps did you take? Did you do like a training? Were you in like a mentor group? How did you get to that point where you were actually, becoming profitable?
I feel like I really just kept running into the same walls over and over again, and a lot of it was just becoming more mature in my approach, my mental approach, and everything. Becoming a lot more patient with my trades instead of revenge trading and jumping in over and over again. Really just waiting for those good setups. Whether it might come once a week or once every couple weeks, instead of getting into the market with the attitude of trying to make money every single day.
Hmm. Absolutely. So what initially brought you to Smart Prop Trader? How did you hear about us?
I remember I was with FTMO
Mhm.
last year,
Okay.
and I wanted to find a firm with some more flexible rules and that didn't have long waiting periods. Where if I never like tried to pass a challenge in a day, but if I did, I wouldn't have to wait 15 days to get to the next
Right.
phase.
Right.
So I really liked that Smart Prop allowed me to do that.
Good, good. Well, we're happy to have you on board and always love hearing how our traders, come across us and the strategies that they take, that work well with our conditions and with your conditions. So happy to have you. How would you say you manage risk in trading? Like, what steps do you take to minimize potential losses? And how did you get to the point of being okay with, a specific amount of loss per day?
Right.
Okay.
So I usually, ideally, I don't want to risk more than 1% a trade.
Mhm.
I do often risk 2% though,
Okay.
depending on the setup. And I guess what it really just comes down to is my win rate and how that goes along with the capital that I guess I'm allowed to lose on the account.
Right.
If I risk 2% a day, then I have four trades.
Mhm.
I can take, and if each of those trades has a 1 to 3, R&R, then I'm pretty much always in the clear. And if say I lose two trades in a row, then I bring my risk down. That
Mhm.
way, I'm not. I never want to have it just four trades and then I'm out if I happen to lose four in a row.
Right.
So
Okay, cool. And how do you stay up to date on like market trends and news? Do you track anything? Does that even affect, what you trade and how you trade?
definitely 100%. I stay on top of the news as much as I can these days. There was a point in time like when I first started where I never looked at news, and I can't believe I ever traded like that.
Well, some people still like some traders still live by that. They're like, I don't want to look at that. I don't care to see that. And that's always interesting to me to learn about how, different traders go about things.
Oh
So,
yeah.
yeah, it's
No,
crazy to me.
I've been taken out enough times, whether it was, CPI or NFP, markets are wild.
Yeah.
I've been screwed enough times without checking it. So
You
I
learned your
check,
lesson.
yeah, 100%. So I check Forex Factory pretty much every day just to see, what folders are up, is any high impact news, especially for the US dollar, because I mostly
Yeah.
trade like the NAS 100
Okay.
and indices. So I definitely stay on track of that.
Got it. Good for you. How do you deal with like the pressure and the stress of trading? Do you have any strategies that help you stay focused and disciplined?
What I've learned, what works best for me is really just getting away from the charts, getting away from my phone. And it happens. Trading is a really
Yeah.
stressful business, and it's still stressful even after I've been a couple years. That doesn't really change. I mean, some days are better than others, but I
Yeah.
find that if I'm in a bad spot, it's a bad trading day, maybe I've taken some losses, the best thing I can do, even though your mind tells you to do the opposite, your brain tells you to fix this, we have to get money back immediately.
Mhm.
But the best thing you can do is just get off the charts, put everything to the side, go to the gym, maybe go do something non-trading related, just
Yeah.
get away for, a couple hours, a couple days,
Yeah.
however long you need until your brain resets and you can approach the market again in a calm state.
For sure. I think that's a great approach because as you know, probably over trading has been something that you've probably experienced. Every trader has probably
Yeah.
experienced in their career in trading. And so being able to step away, I remember talking to a trader and he's like, I play video games to just take my mind off of it. So it's always interesting to hear like what different people do to kind of decompress their mind a little bit. And obviously, the gym is a great place to do that for sure. Are you able to walk me through like a recent successful trade you made and what you think the factors were that contributed to that success?
Yeah, sure. So this was actually, yeah, this was yesterday. This was my most recent trade. Over the weekend, we had this big gap down on the NASDAQ, and I trade pretty simple price action. Like I said earlier, I pay attention to news, and that plays into everything. But
Right.
when it comes to NASDAQ, pretty simple breaks of structure, retests, very, very simple stuff. So over the weekend, a big gap down, and then we closed this right here. And then yesterday, here we have right around 9:30, 10 o'clock, it had retested this zone right here, which was the previous high before the gap. So after we closed that, it broke slightly above, came down, retested it, and I saw the rejections right here around 9:30. I placed a buy order with my stops just below here, because if it had broken back below this previous high, it would have just been invalid or at least taken me out. So I placed a buy order here, and I really didn't take it that far. I think there's a lot of news going on in the market. So I got it at about 125. So right about here, I just took it to pass these previous highs.
Yeah.
I had honestly been expecting a retest on the NASDAQ. I didn't expect it to keep pushing up. So I went ahead, took my profit. I made 2% on the 100K account. So that was my most recent successful trade. Not a huge one, but a win. It was a good win.
Hey, a win to win. Yeah.
I've never shared my screen on here before.
No worries. Cool. So what would you say like some of the biggest challenges you have faced so far as a trader and how did you overcome them? I know this is a loaded question.
Yeah, definitely just the psychology of it. And there's just the mental strain of, trading is something that you get into. And like a lot of people did, I had huge expectations when I first started.
Yeah.
You think you're going to come in, you're like, I'm, 6 months quitting my job, whatever. That's just never how it goes. So yeah, just being, maybe you're 2 years in and you're not profitable, you've been losing money. It's a lot of mental strain, a ton of stress. And definitely psychology was the hardest part because market structure is really not that hard to understand. And it can be complicated just because of the vast amount of information out there. Everyone's trying to sell you one specific strategy and like, this is the way, whether it's, SMC, ICT, whatever it is. So there's all these, and a lot of them are just the same concepts under different names, which makes it confusing. So filtering through all the information, finding something that works for you, and just developing the mindset needed, because when I first started, my psychology was definitely not where it needed to be. There's a fine line between, I guess, gambling and trading properly, and sometimes it can be hard to tell. You have to really get down in the nitty gritty and ask yourself, why am I taking these trades? Like, what are all my factors going into this? Why am I clicking the buy and sell button?
Right. Absolutely. That's a great point. So along with that, like, how do you track your trading performance? Like, do you have any metrics that you use to assess your success on a daily basis? How do you track that?
I'm not the best when it comes to tracking everything. I mean, I definitely look at I keep track, on my MetaTrader. I'm constantly looking at my performance over maybe the week, the month, all of that. And I write everything down as well. But I don't currently use like a website or a software. I know some people do to track their P&L.
Yeah. What advice would you give somebody who's interested in pursuing a career in trading? Again, loaded question.
Yeah. First, definitely take as much time on demo as you need. Trade demo until you're completely confident. Take your time. Be patient. Be so patient. Just realize that it's a long-term game. Have a marathon mentality. This is not a sprint. It's just about consistent wins. Even if they're small, consistent wins over everything. Because give it a year, give it two, and those small wins will turn into something that can change your life.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what you said, like, patience is probably the most important thing, because like you said, you got into this industry thinking like, okay, let's do this, like, let's get rich quick, right? And I think that's a misconception that a lot of people have about this industry and like prop firms in general, right? Because some people make it seem like, yeah, this is easy, you can do it, you can quit everything and you're a millionaire the next day, right?
Right.
Having that realistic approach and knowing that it is a long-term play, right? Especially with SPT, we want a long-term, business relationship with you, because we want to see that growth over time. So I think that's a great point, and something that a lot of people probably need to work on, because patience is hard. Having patience is hard, especially when money's on the line, right?
Yeah, 100%. When you see your money going up and down, when you make $200 in one trade and you're used to working an 8-9 hour shift for maybe half that, it messes with your head.
For sure. Well, lastly, would you mind just sharing your experience with Smart Prop Trader so far, how you're liking things and what you hope for the future?
Yeah, for sure. My experience has been great. Y'all, when I first started trading with you guys, I think I got my first funded account several months ago, maybe in early summer, and everything's been super smooth from customer support. Has been great. Any issues I've had have been resolved super quickly. My payouts have been faster than anything I'd gotten previous. Awesome. The rules have been great. I mean, everything from start to finish. I've had a great experience.
Oh, thank you so much. We always love hearing, whether good or bad, but that's just, we listen to the traders and we want to make sure that you guys are happy and we're offering the best support we can. So thank you so much for sharing that and for your time today. I wish you all the luck and success, hopefully many more payouts to come. And that's it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you so much.